Hey, this is Mateo. I'm building a tech startup, and in today's video we'll see how Fortnite grew from being a small idea to the most successful video game in human history. Let's get started.
Fortnite, let's go. I get it all night for sure. I'm on a Fortnite, let's go. I get it all night.
So as I said, guys, in this video we're gonna see how Fortnite evolved through these past years to become one of the most, if not the most, successful video games in history. At the end of this video I will summarize the main lessons we can get out of this company so that we can implement them in our own projects. For those who don't live in planet Earth, Fortnite is a free-to-play video game based on shooting and construction that found its success in its Battle Royale mode, where 100 players fight each other to survive and to be the last one on the map. As a brief background on this history, it all started in August 2011, where 25 developers and artists started with an idea based on the topic that was trending in that moment: zombies. They wanted to combine the genders of shooting and construction, as some of the workers were coming from an architectural background. In 2014 they started the beta testing with some players, but it wasn't until mid-2017 when they launched the final version called Saving the World. Later that year, followed by the trends of Battle Royale, they launched their own mode of Battle Royale. And this was the moment when it really took off. From 25 people that started with this project to up to 700, that is most of the Epic Games team. This company have reached up to 125 million people playing this game on September 2018. Its in-game sales got up to 1 billion and it was the most streamed video game both in Twitch and YouTube. We know its story, but how did they actually got there? The first great step they did was to change the style of the game. From a horror and dark theme, they realized that you have to change to a brighter theme if they wanted to reach more people, especially teenagers. They also implemented a friendly and comic-looking appearance that was fun, unique and attractive by deformating the style and the shape of ordinary objects. All this rethinking and pivoting, despite being the right thing to do, it was creating huge delays. Fortnite was also pioneer in being one of the first games on testing Unreal Engine 4, which was also created by Epic Games. And as they had to switch from the third version to the fourth, they also lost there quite a lot of time. However, this will provide in the future a more powerful and flexible tool for developing the game. For those who don't know what game motors are, they're basically software tools that uses high-level blocks that makes the work of creating a video game easier and more visual, without the need of coding that much. They were meticulous in all the process, thinking and rethinking well their decisions. This was a great advantage from this team. One notable example of this was that they wanted a game for everyone. Therefore, they had to think of creating characters of all kinds of races and genders. They also let players to characterize their characters with skills, dancing moves or backpacks, which would provide in the future most of the money Fortnite is making. Another great thing they did was to not stop creativity and let all the ideas, all the design ideas of their workers to go through and to be tested by the real players. They also had in the whole development continuous feedback from people both inside and outside of the project. Once the game was launched, they also realized what people really needed. People didn't have enough of Battle Royale, and PUBG was the greatest video game in the moment. And it was also using the same game engine as Fortnite. The optimization of Fortnite through those many years of development plus the construction mode helped Fortnite to take over PUBG. Finally, another key element for their success was to understand the community and respect it. Using video streamers like Ninja or those in YouTube, plus the introduction of pop culture elements into the video game or the storyline that they're keeping through seasons, help to keep people into the game. So, to finish now, I will just point out the 5 main lessons we can get out of this video game story. First, the flexibility of the team. They wanted a successful video game mixing shooting and construction with a topic of zombies, but they weren't afraid of changing the style or even the topic to fit in the market. Secondly, their capability of reaction. They didn't just launch Fortnite and waited. They analyzed how it was going and what was out there trending and having success that they could implement to improve and optimize their final game. Thirdly, they kept people hooked and improved constantly. Having a storyline and continuous weekly updates keeps people interested into the game, and they also kept introducing new pioneer elements. Fourthly, they are the masters of hype. They know how to interact with community, how to let them personalize their own characters, but without the need of letting people that has more experience on the game or have more purchases to be better than those who don't have it, and to use pop elements to create even more hype. For the final tip, I think it's better to listen it from the art director of Fortnite. It's amazing. So I hope you guys like this video. Subscribe to keep supporting us. And on Sunday, Victor will be talking about Fortnite in a more business point of view. So until then, stay tuned.
Don't give up. When you're working on something that is taking forever, I would just encourage you that if you believe in that project, just stick with it and don't give up.